Price is super low because every other mage spec is super viable. I agree with that to some degree, but every time I face a fire mage, it feels like they only do good bursts. Beyond that, they don't do anything. I don't know. Like, to me, also when I face fire, I feel like it's just not good at all, man. Yeah. But that's true. Like, that is a big factor, though. Like, certain specs, like arms, I think also to a large degree. It's not played because everyone goes Fury Warrior. But yeah. Og is bad. I'm not saying Og is great, but I don't think he's F tier. No, not Armory. Alright, guys. It is time, guys. The changes have gone through. All the updates are live. It's time to make a new tier list ranking every single spec for War Within PvP. We are going to use some stats to help us here too. But keep in mind, like, everything cannot just be done based on stats, as there are more factors at play. But it can give us some kind of guidelines here to follow. So let's get it going. Let's get it going. PP? Yes. So this tier list is like a general PvP tier list. I'm not going to do 1 for 2s, 1 for 3s, 1 for Blitz, 1 for Shuffle, because in those different brackets, different things can place in different ways, of course. But this is for general PvP. So kind of just the big picture of that spec in the War Within. Let's start with rogues, guys. Let's start with rogues right now. Sub-rogue is S tier, guys. Sub-rogue is S tier. In Blitz is insane. In Arena is insane. In 3s. In 2s, you see him less, but overall, actually in 2s with the Frost Mage, you're crazy. But overall, Sub-rogue is one of the best specs in the game. I think we can all agree to that. Amazing spec. The control that they can do, the damage they can do still, really, really good. Sub-rogue is going S tier. That's for sure. That's for sure, guys. By the way, dude, in Blitz, there's so many sub-rogues. So, guys, again, we are going to be using some just for our stats here to kind of, show us the way in some regard. But, again, you cannot only go off of stats. You cannot. You cannot. But it's nice to like, look at it to see, like, some specs, for example, that they're played. Like, there's almost none of them. Yes, Asa-rogue. Asa-rogue, also a very good spec. Very high damage right now. They've been this way for quite some time. They're still a bit of a sitting duck. They're a bit vulnerable to just getting blasted, but they are really good. And it's going in the A tier. And one more thing, by the way. To the left is like high in the tier. To the right is low in the tier. So you have like high A, high S, low S. And as more specs fill it out, you're going to be able to see more precise placements. And also things might, move a bit as well as things fill up. All right. Then we got Outlaw Rogue, man. Now, Outlaw, definitely the worst rogue spec. There's no question about that. You do not see it a lot. It was played in the AWC yesterday, but they lost. It's not an F tier spec, though. I won't say it's F tier. But it's not amazing. I think it's a bit overshadowed. The overshadowing factor is a big one as well. Maybe like a bit lower in the B, mid to low B tier is what I'm thinking for Outlaw Rogue. But yeah, the overshadowing effect is real. Where like a spec can be decent, but is overshadowed by, other specs in that class and that people swap fast between. For example, like an Arms Warrior gets overshadowed way easier by Fury than a Boomy gets overshadowed by Feral Druid, because the jump there is way easier to make. So it's one thing to kind of keep in mind as well, just as we make the tier list. All right. There it is, guys. Next up, let's go to Death Knights, man. Guys, on Holy Decay, they have been hit with some nerfs in recent times. They have been hit with some nerfs. But I still don't think it's enough to get them out of S tier. It's not. DK's one of the most played things in any bracket, in any, no matter how you view it, it's up there. The most played in Shuffle, in normal arenas, up there as well. It's really good. It's really good. So DK is gonna go lower S tier for me right now. I think it's gotten a bit worse though. Yo, Christian, what's good, man? Let's see here. Tar jeg hero weapon upgrade for a veteran, eller tar jeg set gear? Oh, wait. Yo, wait, Christian. What does that mean actually? The veteran. What is that? Wait, Christian, tack. Thank you, man. Oh, like upgrading it. Yeah, for PvE. Oh, it's yeah, dude. In PvE, I actually don't really know. In PvE, I'm not quite sure. I'm pretty clueless. Guys, Frost DK, man. Frost is spec that struggled for a long time. For a long time, Frost went an F tier. But nowadays, I think it's made some moves since then. The question is, how big are the moves that is made? It's not amazing at this point, but I say it's viable, and you face it every now and then. I think I'm going to have it higher than Outlaw Rogue, and we're propping it up in high B. BM also F? That is not true. Ain't no way. What up, Joe? This guy's Frosty is going to go there. Blood Decay goes in the tank tier. Now, server doesn't really matter, no. Get Blood Decay in the tank tier, guys. So we're going to try to rank the tanks as well from like high to low. Whatever you make, I'll give you guys. Next up, let's do Hunters, man. So until the recent updates, MM was the king of the Hunters. But this has officially changed. I don't think that the stats won't quite represent this yet because it's a very recent change, you know, so like people haven't really pushed it yet. But BM, you see it way more than MM in 3s, in 2s, in Shuffle now. BM is better than MM at this point. And I don't know if this is a hot take, but BM is S tier, guys. If you've seen BM, also in the qualifiers for the AWC yesterday, I think BM was maybe the most played spec. DK, BM, the most played comp in the AWC qualifiers in 3s. Overall, really, really good. Many viable comps all around. Solid. We're going to put it up there. I think BM is underrated right now. And we're going to see in the stats, like these next few weeks, because the buffs are recent, that they're going to be going up a lot in the amount played. All right. MM also still very good. I think like low S, high A. It's like one of those. But MM has fallen off a little bit. It has. Mainly because BM is kind of taking over now. But MM is still very, very good. Like one of these. Survival Hunter is, I think at this point, probably the worst Hunter spec. But that does not mean it's bad. Survival is still very good. I'm actually going to go play my Survival after this. They're also very fun. It's going into A tier. And I was saying to you guys, A tier is where we want more specs to be in A tier. If everything was A tier, that's good, right? Because A tier is like strong, but not too strong. A tier to me is just like viable. Very viable, but not too crazy. So yeah, A tier is where we want things to be. There's the survival. Locks? We'll get to that soon. Guys, next up, man. Let's do monks, man. Let's do monks. So, Windwalker monk. I used to put them higher. I think they're a bit worse now than I used to think they were. Last tier list. It's not B tier for Windwalker. For sure not B tier. But I think it's A tier. It's in the A tier. It's a spec that's very good. But I guess it's getting outshined a bit now. If the maps right, Feral should be C tier. Yeah, I mean, they got to buff Feral for sure. Your statics, welcome, man. We're gonna pop it right there, guys. So we have Mist River. Mist River is an interesting one because in Blitz, the best healer, and it's kind of by far. In Blitz and RBGs in general, it's really good. In Arena, it's probably the worst healer right now. So you have that balance there. And as is a general PvP tier list, I think we're still going to put a B tier, but keep in mind that in Blitz, it's insane. Insane. But just keep in mind, this is like an overall tier list here. If it was only Arena, it'd be lower though. But yeah. We're going to go with that. Averaging? Well, generally, yes. You have way more, you know, you have shuffle, 2v2, 3v3. You know? Alright, I'm gonna go with that. But keep in mind, like, also, like, when I rank something, I'm trying to give context to it as well. So I can, like, keep in mind, you know, in Blitz, it'd be way higher. But this is, you know, so just keep that in mind. Why sub are good? Crazy burst, crazy control. The control is huge for sub, of course. And yeah, just very good at setting up kills and stopping the enemy from killing. And just basically, like, being very disruptive. Shaman, yeah, we'll get to Shaman soon. Brewmaster, I think he's better than Blood Decay and Blitz, so we'll pop it there. There is Monk, guys. Okay, now let's do... Demon Hunter, guys. D-Age. So, D-Age is usually one of the most played specs in the game. It usually is. When BM is this low, it does say quite a bit. It does. And I think this is like the thing across the board as well. It's pretty low there, man. And that's not to say it's horrible, but I don't think it's great. We're gonna pop it in the B tier. Yeah. They can do some good damage, man, but overall, they're just not very solid right now, and they are going to be going into B tier. I think B tier is specs that, generally speaking, you can play, but that won't be... They won't be in the meta, necessarily. One sec, Brian, one sec. After this, massive buffs. Guys, keep in mind, these buffs, or these ranks are after the changes. Yes, if this was before the changes, I don't know where I'd put it right now, but... Yeah, these are after changes. They are. And high B is not a bad score, guys. Keep that in mind. Like, high B tier is almost an A tier. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay. Vengeance. There it is. Put it there. Okay, next up, guys. Let's do Warriors, man. Dude, Fury Warrior. Second most played melee overall. It did get nerfed slightly, but not to the point where it really challenges its viability, I don't think. So I think Fury is still going to go S tier. Somewhere here. It's really, really good. Yeah. Not much really to say about Fury, man. It's just insane. Every war streamer says Fury is B tier now. There's no way it's B tier. I don't think it's like S plus like it used to be, but yeah. B, guys. Fury ain't B tier. I'm not falling for that one. Ain't no way. I actually could agree to a high A though. I could. But I think like high A, low S. One of those for me at least. One of those. All right. Let's hear it, man. Yo, dude, your monitor suspicious user. I banned you on a different account. Yes, your account's made 2 days ago. That is very sus, man. Aye. That's crazy. Delve tier list? No, this is not a Delve tier list. This is not a Delve tier list, man. It ain't. All right, guys. Warrior. Okay, we're on Warrior. Arms Warrior, man. Guys, Arms is one. I feel like it's been shadowed by Fury. I think Arms is pretty solid. I really do. I put it in the middle of A tier. What's it with BM at S tier? Yo, why would BM not be S tier now? Have you guys seen the ladder, the AWC qualifiers? The gaming? That's like what BM is doing at the moment. Crazy. It's crazy. Yes. Just my opinion, though. Just my opinion. Of course. Was that on week that shows you what ability that's is called Trophy GCD? Trophy GCD. To be fair, those agency players can make any class seem OP, but they also play the best classes, and it's not just based on that. I'll also play BM jungle myself. It is from facing it. Are we acting up? I think we're all acting up right now. No, dude, to make it very clear, I think BM is better than MM right now. Yeah. Insane pressure, single target especially, mostly single target, and very hard to escape. Very hard to escape. Yes. I mean, guys, like, almost, if you've queued ladder now since the last changes, especially, like, higher rated ladder in WoW, after the changes, keep on it. It's only been a few days. There's way more BM than MM at the moment. Like, way more. This is why you saw so many DK BMs in the qualifiers. You see BM jungle. You see, keep in mind, MM is still very good, but in my opinion, BM is better right now. And I think within a few weeks, we'll see this reflected in the stats as well, but it's only been live for a few days, right? So, but I think BM is really good. Really, really good. But that's just my opinion, though. Just my opinion. Guys. Keep in mind, it's all good to have different opinions, too. Like, if someone disagrees, that's all good, man. That does happen. You convinced me I'm rolling BM. Okay. No, but keep in mind, like, I'm not saying I'm right in all these, right? But, guys, I think Windwalker's somewhere in the A tier, man. I do. All right, here we go. This is just my humble tier list. But it is true, and everything here is based. All right, next up. Let's rank dragons, man. Dragons, guys. So, Devastation Evoker is really good. It's really good. Crazy pressure. They're flying everywhere. Hard to connect. They're there. You can't even connect. You can't even kick them half the time. Then they fly in you. They go in like a circle when they fly. It's crazy. Yo! Yo, thank you so much, Kensho. I see what you mean, man. I'll say this. Like, the War Within has been really good so far, man. So I'd say it's worth a try if you feel like it. S plus, I think Devastation. I think Devastation is lower in the S tier. Somewhere here. Right there. Right there, guys. That's it. Yes. Then we have Preservation. It got slight nerfs. It was the best healer by far. I think now it's close with Preservation Disc. Both got nerfed a bit. Holy Pala, a bit up there as well now. But I think Press is still going like higher in the S tier, guys. For sure, yeah. I think it is. I believe so. I believe so, man. Disc is more played. Like, it's between Disc and Press for the best healer. But Disc is more popular, though, for sure. Yo, NCNC, thank you so much, man. Thank you. What a risk. So I think we'll put it somewhere here. But it's close for me with those two. And I think you can argue both ways there for me. Yes, Augmentation, man. Dude, I've seen Aug do some crazy things in recent times. I have. But they're not great overall, especially when you compare them to Deva. Yeah, this is an overall general PP tier list. Because I don't do 1 for 2s, 1 for 3s, 1 for shuffle, 1 for blitz. This is a general big picture view on the spec in PvP. Yes. Yeah, so Aug is going to go somewhere here. Yes, somewhere here, man. I actually think Aug is decent. I'm surprised it's played so little, and I think it's actually decent from what I've seen. Thank you, reaction. Mr. For Tricky, yeah. Guys, keep in mind, like, when I score these, it's important to, like, also get the context that I'm saying. Because from Mr. and Blitz is saying and Arena on this, so it's important to, like, you know, like, get the context on some of these specs. This tier list is being made in Opera GX. Yes. Best browser out there. True. All right, guys. Aug is going in the B tier. Next up, man. Let's do Warlock, dude. Let's do Warlock, guys. Demonology. Demonology, man. A spec that has not been played a whole lot. I think it's actually really bad right now. They don't do any damage, really. At least from what I've seen. I talked to Infi as well. Infi said it's horrible. And Infi's a great Warlock. So we're going to be putting Demo in the C tier. Like, I barely face it. When I face it, it looks bad. When I talk to good Warlock players, they say it's horrible. It's going to go in the C tier, man. Yeah, it's going down there. It's going down there, guys. Nah, Neri. Petition denied. Will be an F tier, dude. So that's the question. I usually there must always be an F tier spec. But, like, I think there is a world where there's no F tier spec as well. And I think probably some of these can, like, get bumped down here a little bit. Something like this. But there is a world where there is no F tier spec. There is. But it kind of depends on how you view it. You can say, like, there has to be F tier spec because that's just the worst spec of the game. But sometimes there's no spec that's, like, just obviously F tier, you know? And then you can, like, argue this and that. But I think it could make a no F tier tier list as well. The F tier? No, I mean, you could do D tier instead of F tier as well, man. 100% you could. Nobody plays Arms. Dude, I think Arms is not C tier. As for guys, I think Arms is better than we think, but it's been overshadowed by Fury. Like, Arms is not bad in my opinion. Changes? Oh, sure, I dropped my The new changes were linked under this one right here. Alright, let's go, guys. Warlock, man. Okay, Affliction. Affliction did get nerfed a bit. It's still really good. Affli is still really, really good. With the recent nerfs in mind, I think Affli is low S or high A. It's one of those two. It's definitely one of those two. But I think after the nerfs, it's still a very high A. I don't think it quite makes it S tier at the moment. Yeah. I don't. It could, but again, like overall, big picture view, I don't think it does. But high A is really good, and that's almost F tier. So, or almost S tier. So high A for now. Keep in mind, things can jump up, jump down a little bit too. But, we're putting it there, guys. Ooh. Affli Asa, best comp in the game. Big disagree with that one. It's very good though, guys. It's very good. But I think after the recent changes, it falls off just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. Destro, man. The Destrospect that got buffed pretty big time. I thought they would be a lot better than they ended up being. I remember the first shuffle I did after the changes. I got like a double Destro lobby. I was like, yo, hold up. It's about to be a Destro meta, but it didn't quite end up being that way. I think it is good, though. It's going to be somewhere in the A tier. Somewhere here within the A tier. Something like this. Okay, that is Warlock done. That is Warlock done for now. All right, guys. Next up, let's do Mage. Let's do Mage, man. Yeah. It's Mage time, guys. Yo, Frost Mage, it has gotten some nerves, but it is still up there. Frost Mage is still up there as one of the best specs in the game. For sure. Is up there and is high up there. Exactly how high up there? I don't know exactly. But Frost Mage is crazy still. Like, yeah, there's no hiding it. It's somewhere in the S tier. Somewhere in S tier, I would say. Somewhere in S tier, guys. Okay. Archmage. A very niche spec. Awfully lower than Frost. Yup. That's right. Guys, Archmage, very niche spec that got buffed. Even when Arcane is really good, it's not really represented that much overall. But I'll be putting it in. I think Arcane is really good, man. I think it's way better than we think it is. Based on just like how much you face it. It's like one of those underrated specs. I think we're gonna put it somewhere in the A tier. Somewhere within the A tier. Right there. Fire Mage. Fire, one of the least, if not the least played PvP spec at the moment. There's definitely some overshadowing happening here as well. It did just get buffed a bit. Usually, we try to always have at least one F tier spec. There must always be an F tier spec, you know? But I don't think that's actually like a real placement for it now. We could put it there for the memes, you know, F for Fire. But I think in reality, it's probably a bit higher right now. Yeah. Maybe it's like somewhere here. It's down there. It's definitely down there, man. What I might do is like do a D tier instead, and then move some things down to D tier. I think fire actually is decent now after the changes, but everyone's playing frost, and decent. I mean, it's okay minus maybe. But I think we're gonna put it there. I don't have the demo, man, but they just don't do nothing anymore. See more squish, and they just don't do much damn. Guys. Fire above demo, dude. Galaxius. This is after the recent changes that's been live for like a few days. Ladder will not reflect that. You know what I mean? Like the ladder is from launch till now. So just looking at the ladder right now will not give a good depiction of the rankings that things are after the recent changes. Example is BM Hunter. Like check the ladder. I mean, of course, people are going BM fast. I'm wrong, but like if you look at this, BM is going to be way higher in 2 weeks. So I think just like looking at ladder now won't really show. Like for example, if you look at shuffle right now, like there's way more BMs that are going to push these next weeks. Yeah, I don't know if some should be at the very top. I don't know. Somewhere here. All right, guys, it's time. Shaman time. Enhancement Shaman is a spec that got buffed. They got buffed. And like by some decent amounts too. I think in certain scenarios they can work like Turbo Cleave 3v3, but in a general sense, they're not amazing. They're not. I think it's also one of specs that might be a little bit better than we think, but just no one's playing it because everyone thinks it's so trash, and it's probably quite trash. But I think it's a bit better than, it's not like F tier or D tier, I think. And maybe from now until the end of season with the new changes, we'll see some more of them. Probably going to see a bit more Turbo Cleave as well. We'll put him in the C tier, man. We'll put him in the C tier. Elemental Shaman is an interesting one now. Because Ellie is like not very popular. It's not like not played at all either. You see it a decent amount. I think it's a spec that makes it still into the A tier. It's not what it was in the pre-patch. That's for sure. But I think Ellie still cuts it into the A tier, and they can do some pretty good good damage, man. And they're also quite tanky caster as well. Yo, 2.6 was good, man. Yo, what is up? What is up? See, Ellie's gonna be going a bit lower in the A tier. Resto Shaman, man. So when it comes to like the healers, I think we have Preservation Walker and Disc at the top. Both are insane. Then the question is now, does Holy Pala overtake Arsham after the recent buffs? I think Holy Pala is really good. To me, it's kind of close. It's close, Holy Pala and Arsham. I think they're both up there, though. I think they're both viable right now. I think we're gonna put it somewhere here in the A tier. It's solid, man. It's just like every healer gets overshadowed by Press and Disc right now. This is why, like in the AWC, almost every game is Press and Disc. Pretty much every game. Clyde, you know, when Holy Pala as well. But in general, those two are just so good. But Holy Pala is making some moves. But yeah, Arsham goes there. And then I guess we can go Paladin after that now. So we have Ret Paladin, man. Oof, guys, Ret. Ret is still like a pretty popular spec. It's getting a bigger change, right? Like a rework almost in the 20th anniversary event. Like Red sees, you know, some decent gaming. Like they are played. The disc is so popular, it's crazy, man. It's actually insane. Red should be in a range DPS. This is all things right here. I feel like Reds are still being ranked higher because of 10.0.7. The PTSD. Jonathan was good, man. I guess Red, it's still cutting it into the A tier for me. I think it is solid overall. Yeah. In certain things, like twos and stuff, it's very lackluster. But overall, yeah, people still riding the Red Apocalypse wave, yeah. I think it's okay. I think like Red to me is similar to Ellie, like in viability. Yeah. And yeah, we're gonna put it right there, guys. Okay, now Holy Paladin went from being one of the worst healers now to being, I would say, a contender or contending for the third spot with Arsham. I think actually does get the third spot between Disc and Press. It's newly buffed. I think it's really good. I do. Holy Pala in the A tier, guys. There we are. All right. Pro Paladin down here for the Blitz ranking for the tanks. Guys, now we're left with well, tank tier is just tanks go there, and I'm ranking them for Blitz. Okay, so now we got Disc. No, we got Priest and Druid left. Disc Priest. Guys, is it a hot take to put Disc the highest of everything? Like, I know Press is insane, but I feel like Disc actually maybe just takes the cake. Wait, why is Asa there? That's not what I meant to do. Yeah, I feel like Disc might just take the cake. It's just so, and it's more popular than Press. And I think overall, like in a general list, it does. And I mean, if you just look at like the graphs as well, man. I mean, you can sort by anything, man, and it's, and this is not going to change, I think, even though it got slightly nerfed, but, oh, actually, but right here, oh, that's 2-1 plus. Yeah. Like, it's, guys, Disc takes the cake. I think it does. Holy Priest recently got buffed a bit. I think it's not great, but it's making some strides. It is. We actually did Holy Priest Finalizing Feral today, and it went well. It did. It went very, very well. And yeah, from what I've been seeing, they seem to be making some moves, but not sure if I want to put him A tier yet. Could probably be lower A, but for now, I'm gonna stick with the low B. Maybe in a few weeks, I think it's A. But yeah. Guys, keep in mind, like, low A is very different from high A. Like, a high A is almost a low S. A low A is almost a high B. Kongla. And yes, so I am doing that. But keep in mind, there's, to the left is high, to the right is low. And you could easily put Alpha S here as well. So, do this, for example. Like, they are almost, I would say, like, low S and high A are very interchangeable. And you can make small arguments for either, like, for tilting either way. All right. I think I'm going to put Asa here, actually. There we go. Guys, Shadow Priest. Shadow Priest, solid spec, man. It's solid. I think it's not too crazy. It's not like Omega strong, but it's good. To me, Shadow Priest is one of the specs that's, it's in a healthy spot. Yeah. It's in a healthy spot, guys. We're popping Shadow Priest in the middle of the A tier. Right there. Now, when it comes to Boomy... Well, now, by the way, Druid, guys. It's Druid time. When it comes to Boomy... It's one that they got buffed recently. They did. I think they shine in certain scenarios. But for me, it's actually not going to cut into the A tier overall right now. I am going to put it high B. It's a B plus for me at the moment. Maybe after, if I can see it more after the buffs, it bumps up. But for now, with what I've seen, I'm putting them in the B tier. I think they are viable. They are viable. Yo, Big Damn is NS S++? Yo, true actually. But I'm not going to put it there. What up, Ayer? What's good, man? And yo, Big Damn, what's good? What is good? All right. Guys, now it's time for Druid. Oh, damn. I mean, Feral. Actually, let's do Feral last. I already did Boomy. We're already doing Druid. Our Druid, man. Restoration Druids. I think if you isolate, if this was a 2v2 tier list, you isolate 2v2, our Druid scores pretty high. It does. If you do everything like an overall tier list, it starts struggling a lot more. I do think overall it's going to rank higher than Mr. Ver and Holy Priest. Keep in mind, Mr. Ver, this is Blitz, S tier, but it's not a Blitz exclusive tier list. I do think it ranks higher than those two. I think it's worse than Arsham overall. And we are going to be moving it to a little bit lower in the A tier. But still in the A tier. Guardian Druid. Let's pop it here. Guys, it's time. Wait, should we add F tier actually for this? I think we have to, guys. Add row below. There we go. Forgot. I thought there was no F tier specs, but there might be one actually. I think NS is, I don't want to say maybe it's not trash, but it's not amazing either. Maybe it is a bit better than I give it credit for. I don't know. Guys, Feral Druid. Where does it belong? Where does it belong? Hold up. Hold up, guys. Wait, let's delete the F tier. Let's get the F tier out of here, actually. There we go. Feral's S, guys. Feral's S. It's up there. Feral's a great spec right now. I can't even lie. We are very, very good. I think Feral will still struggle quite a bit in Shuffle. Yeah, I think his Shuffle's kind of rough. But in most brackets, it's really, really good. We just got buffed. Our bleeds do the most right now. And, yeah. I think Feral in Shuffle specifically, it's a bit of a struggle, but it's one of the best melees. It is. I think some people overhype it, like saying it's like the best spec in the game. I don't think it's quite there. But it is very, very good. And we are going to be placing it in the S tier. We are. And now, this is my final tier list, guys. Too many A tier? Guys, people say too many A tier sometimes when I make my tier list. And I think that is not true. I think optimally you want every spec to be A tier. A tier means, to me, and I can say like this is my tier list, right? To me, A tier means a spec is good but not too good. And it's not too weak either. It's in a good spot, a healthy spot for the game. There could be more A tiers than this as well. That's B tier? No. I mean, here's the thing. You can actually argue like that you think that is B tier, but to me it's not. And I think most people would also agree with that. But I mean, you can think like, to you personally, you can think that B tier is a spec that is good but not too good, and not too weak either. It depends. Like you can make S plus, right, and then you can space it out a different way. But I think that's a good argument against the way I do it. Like I can make a God tier as well, and then put specs in God tier, which takes more specs out of S tier, and then it's gonna shift a bit. So you can like use whatever benchmarks you want for your tier list, but I don't think that's an argument against having A tier be that. But you can make a tier list and say, like, B tier to me is this, and then you can rank it there. But yeah. Guys, this is my tier list, though. This is my tier list. I'm happy with this. I think it's pretty accurate. But again, it's just my opinion. So keep that in mind. But there it is. And also want to say this. Yeah, like, when it comes to representation, it can, like, help you a bit to get, like, guidelines on how things are doing. But it's not completely accurate. Because, well, first of all, this is the whole season. Like, if you only did the last, few days since the changes, it's going to be different than this. Also, certain specs are less played. Like Arcade Mage, for example. Specs get overshadowed. Like, for example, like Arms or Fury. There's many factors at play. So you got to keep that in mind as well. Yo, that's just your opinion. Yeah, this is my opinion as well. Everyone has a valid opinion, but my opinion is the only true opinion, though. My opinion is objectively the truth. Yeah, boy. Yeah, true. Guys, dude. Okay, this actually surprised me, though. I can't lie. People saying that putting BM S tier is crazy. That does surprise me. I think putting BM in S tier is the least crazy thing right now in this whole tier list. For real. Like, after the, like, if you queued like threes, or I mean, I could just say, like, I guess maybe low rating, people still stick to MM more, but the qualifiers in the AWC overall, I mean, I think it's really good right now. But then again, I mean, maybe they're not the best in blitz and stuff, but to me, I think it's a fair rating. But I think across the next weeks, we'll probably see a lot more of it. Because most of the stuff is very fresh. Like, changes are fresh right now, It's been a few days. Yo, Taylor, welcome. If a BM player has their monitor on their S tier, most BM players play their monitors off, though. Dude, thankfully. It's cool, though, because the thing about tier lists, too, there's so many different opinions. I remember the last one we're making, like, you have, so many different takes, which is interesting to see. Some of them probably more valid than others, and who knows? We saw the beam versus Affley. Yeah, true. That's true, Dwally. That is true, actually. All right, Cyrus, you ready? Should we do it? Is it time for Snuffly? What class do you recommend after coming back in 2 years? Oof, dude. I mean, Feral right now, man. Feral's the most fun. It's really good. Yeah. Let's go, guys. It is time for Snuffly right now. I think I prefer playing survival. It's more fun, but MM is also really fun. But yeah, I think I prefer survival, though. Is Thrash used? Thank you, reaction. Thrash is used in Cleave. Like, if you play Prime Raf. But I'm kind of going less and less Prime Raf now, though. I'm not really a big Prime Raf believer. Alright, guys. It's time. It is time.